What's up, guys? This is going to be a continuation of the previous video, talking about people getting comfortable and self-assessment and accountability and responsibility. One little kind of skeletal structure that I want to present is a continuation of the bringing more in and spending less. So in the previous video I mentioned, you're working one job, find out, consider working a second job, consider getting a third, 3-4 part-time. If you're working 3 jobs 1 day a week, that's 3 days a week, like that'll add. And people calling sick and if you continue to make yourself a dependable, reliable contributor to the team, then people will depend on you more and call upon you more. But basically, so you do your self-assessment and you find out, okay, like I want to make more and or spend less. So look at how much you're bringing in, look at other ways to make money. And it doesn't have to be a concrete thing. It could be, you could go onto Craigslist and do independent one-time jobs under the table, anything like that, painting, yard work, raised flower beds, like gardening, stuff like that. That's stuff that you can just learn about and then apply as you're doing. It doesn't require math or chemistry or any like legitimate skill. It's one of those things that like you learn by doing, and it can be fun, it can be therapeutic. But the other thing is to look at your expenses. So if you are eating out, if it's normal for you to just eat out regularly, then put a stop to that. Basically look more at planning your meals. And if you're like, well, I don't really want to plan, like I'm not good at planning meals because I never know what I want. If you really want to cut your expenses, then you need to not let your meal choices become the impulsive decisions that you make. So, for example, myself, 3 jobs: mental health, chemical detox, restaurant, and then the ebook publishing. So I told myself when I started the ebook publishing, because I normally, I get up, go to Starbucks, spend $3, $4 on a coffee, tip, $1, get a pastry or a cookie, and that's not a meal, so you're going to be hungry in a couple hours anyway. But you're spending $6, $7, and you're going to want to consume and need to consume more in just a few hours. So what I started doing, breakfast every single day, and I set this ground rule for myself. My breakfast every single day until I'm making a living wage off of ebooks will be oatmeal and Ovaltine. This extremely inexpensive, slow digesting carbs, high fiber, great for lowering your cholesterol. So not only is it a really inexpensive meal, but it's also good for you. And if you look up like some of the fitness channels, they will recommend that you eat oatmeal because it's so good for you. So it's not just a cost-cutting approach. Also, look at your biggest expenses: your car, mortgage, rent, all that stuff. I myself, I wanted to find out a way to be able to invest more in the ebooks. So whatever I make X amount of dollars a month. Well, still, if I'm paying $600-$700 a month for rent, another $100 for utilities, well then, on top of not anticipating and cooking meals and things like that, you're spending a couple $100. So ultimately, you're only able to invest, maybe $200 a month into the Kindle publishing. So I found a young couple on Craigslist who needed help with house renovations, and they hooked me up. They let me stay at their place rent-free for the month of July in exchange for cleaning out all this yard debris and painting, and helping them with their kid was just the absolute cutest. I was so lucky that he was just an angel, but some babies can be just little shits. But totally helping, and they were, and I told them from the beginning that my goal, the sole purpose that I sought them out, was so I could invest as much as possible into the Kindle publishing. They were so supportive of this that they shared meals, they shared tobacco, they shared beers. They were super cool about it. They gave me their feedback on my books. They gave me input. They told me stuff that they were interested in, books that they would buy if they existed. All this stuff, and it's not about asking someone for a handout or whatever. It's laying out a goal, addressing it to yourself, and by sharing it with others, you're putting that energy out there. People want to help people. People want to see people exceed. And there's other people, there's the malicious people that want to see you fail because they're pieces of crap, and they are hopeless, or they have substance issues, and they want to bring you down so they feel better about themselves. But don't focus about that. You got to think about the positive people, the people that want to help, the people that say, oh, this cat's got a clear goal. I can help him. He'll be successful. The world would be a better place. There'll be a lot less dickheads screwing around or whatever. Anyways, but the point is, you got to look at your front end, how much you're bringing in, and your back end, your expenses. You don't need to drink Diet Pepsi. You don't need to drink Gatorade. You don't need to drink any of that. Water really is all you need to drink. If you're concerned about your electrolytes or your sodium levels, get a G2, which is depending on where you go, can be under $1. You don't even have to spend money on the water, but I like to get a gallon of water because it's a jug, it's portable. $2, you got your hydration and electrolytes for the day. And so the overall idea is looking at your expenses, your income and your expenses as a whole. So how much you're bringing in, how much you're putting out, and then what you can do right now, the action that you can take to squeeze that window. I guess you would be making it bigger. Well, you know what I'm saying. So, on your front end, you're bringing in so much, and your back end, you're putting out so much. So do what you can to bring more in. So I guess it'd be, bring more in and then spend less. It's not hard. It just takes some thought. It takes some maturity. It takes self-discipline. It takes proactive action. And you can do it. You gotta believe. You gotta want it, and you gotta just make it happen. All right. So feel free to leave comments below. Subscribe for more, and we'll catch you in the next video.